Welcome everyone to Sim Racing Short Trackers. I gotta make a quick adjustment real fast, guys, to make sure you all can hear me tonight. I know everything may be turned up a little bit loud, so give me just a second, and we will get everything going here tonight. Fun race tonight. Sorry, I was practicing for the Daytona 24, and I gotta call my stuff off. Anyway, fun race tonight. Coming in at chase race number 2 for these guys. Should be a very good one as we get set to go 200 laps here at South Boston Motor Speedway. Very fun little track, very short track. If you all don't know a lot about South Boston, you're about to witness it. One of the funnest tracks that we go to on the circuit all year for these guys, and it comes here tonight. And it's going to continue to get better and better as we get ready to go. Joe Shifter Jr. won last week, and of course not in the chase, but still a big win for him. Coming in the standings so far, AJ Rogers on top of the board, right in front of Roy Schiavano and David Knowles in 3rd place. So we'll see how that goes out tonight. Right now, David Knowles is on top of the board with a 14.25 second lap. Oh, let me mute that. Sorry, guys.
If we got to pit on the backside, do you got to come in on the back?
There we go. So, also, they are allowed one set of tires here tonight for this race. They already have done qualifying, and I look forward to this race. As I keep mentioning, it should be one of the best races we've seen in a while, especially with these guys. They always put on a great show, so it should be fun. With David Knowles currently leading, it is 2nd place right now. Jerry Stone also out on track. You can see him right here on your screen. And number 91, Donald Clark currently 3rd, not on track yet, but Bruce Bennett in the 24 currently. I believe he's a newcomer too. And you got TJ Graves, of course, always inside the top 5. Currently running in 5th place, and then JP currently in the 6th place. Very fast driver as well. And of course, we got AJ Rogers right up towards the front. So David Knowles looking to try to improve his points position. As I mentioned, coming in here, 3rd place in points, 6 points behind 1st place AJ Rogers, and Roy Schiavano currently 4 places as the 92 gets ready to head out onto the track and try to open these up to jury. Alright, so with big news coming out of this, coming out of the stable, I guess you could say, this week for these guys. I don't want to go into detail about it because I'm absolutely horrible, and I don't know if they want me to announce it, but you can follow these guys on Facebook at SRST and find out for yourself. I know they got some big stuff planned for 2018 after this season's over. This season ends January 31st, and it is only 2 more races. Next week, we had a Southern National. Week after, we wrap it up at Langley. And then tonight, you are allowed 1 set of tires. Actually, you're allowed 1 set of tires every race from here on out. Only 1 set, however. So, we're sitting here watching the 92 go around. But practice coming to an end here in about 5 seconds or so. And as always, I'm your host. That is with you every single time. Adam Chapman on the microphone tonight. Practice coming to an end. David Knowles is going to win practice as we will set them up and start putting down laps. Remember, they did have a field invert as well. So, gridding starting to take place. Let's get a look at your grid. David Knowles, Chris Stump, from what I'm seeing, is 1st place tonight. Adam Jocelyn, keep your eye on that 83. Very fast last week. Donald Clark up in 5th. Logan Runyon going to be starting at 7th, which is kind of surprising. Bruce Bennett, Roy Schiavano in 10th. That's very surprising as well. See both of them guys back there. Michael Held, a newcomer. I don't think I broadcast with him. Philip Martin as well in that mix. Scott Austin, Brian Hacker, James Babb, Jamie Christensen with us as always. Tommy Hayes, Jerry Stone, good to see Tommy back in here. Ryan Lange, very fast driver, and Adam Maddox in 22nd. Dale Albright, Bob Loran, Russell Brown Jr., TJ Graves, and that runs out. There's actually some very fast cars at the back of this field. We're going to be watching these 2 guys, though. Chris Stump and David Knowles out front. As we get ready to roll here tonight, pace cars should be rolling here in just a moment as we get ready to go 200 laps into Super Late Model Series. 26 drivers here. I do expect cautions early, and quite often, to be honest. This place is very tough to drive, especially around a lot of cars. So turn 2, and I'm going to be honest, once they wreck, it is a big wreck. So don't be surprised if we have like a Daytona type wreck here where the whole field just gets covered with cars. And hopefully it don't start in the front. Hopefully if it is a wreck, it's just one car or something like that. It's always good when you see more than one car finish this race. So one more lap around South Boston Speedway here in Virginia. Real fast look. Here's your quick look at the weather. It is 74-degree track temp, 2-mile-an-hour winds, no problem there. Pit stops, that does not really matter. And of course, here's your track information. Look for pit stops to happen for a lot of these guys around the lap 100. Lap 100, we're expecting a lot of pit stops to take place. Pace car pulls in. Green flags out. We're underway for the Sim Racing Short Trackers South Boston 200. As we already got a double file towards the back, now it is the 6 and the 5 car up front. That is AJ Rogers and Logan Rudden, and then you got the 83 there as well. Then you got the 18 right up in front of them and Donald Clark. Very nice looking paint scheme tonight. Also, want to shout out Joshua Hart in that number 95 TRN paint scheme tonight. Thank him for running that. It's awesome. We watch all these guys go down into turn number 2. Everybody right now doing a really good job on keeping it clean. Very interested so far. We jump back up towards the front. Logan Runyon right now running behind Donald Clark. Congratulations to Logan, if I'm not mistaken. He was testing last week in Daytona in the ARCA Series car, so that's pretty cool. Very awesome. Congratulations to him. A lot of work, I'm sure. One of the winningest drivers in all of SRST, as he looks actually below the 18, using the apron to help rotate that car. Going to be side by side with Donald Clark. Well, Donald's going to let him have it for now. Logan's starting to work his way up through the field. And that number 6 RMS. Then right behind him you got Donald Clark. We always try to give shout outs to local companies that are sponsoring these cars. So there you go. Donald in his Chevrolet tonight. Carolina Solutions, Contracting Solutions. There you go. Nice paint scheme. A lot of nice paint schemes in here tonight. One of my favorites, AJ Rogers. Nice looking paint scheme on his. Midwest Power Source. Want to give a shout out to them. And our insurance options. As you see the 76 of Shavano right now working on the 5 car. And also, who was that? Dante Curtis in the 03, who I don't know a ton about. Currently trying to work his way up. In that 03 car. From RMS Motorsports as well. It looks like could be another teammate of Logan's. So I'm sure he's just as fast. He's in that middle groove. That middle lane should actually start to come in, to be honest, guys. I know during the day race of the official races, the middle groove was actually working pretty well as we jump up to the Charles Lahr, who's actually falling back in that number 4 car, as he may be bringing this car to pit road. And he is. Logan now up to 3rd. Donald Clark up to 4th. And we got the 24, Bruce Bennett, who, honestly, like I said, we don't know a lot about. Running in 5th place in the 24 car. Really good racing right now, man. 15 laps already gone by. And to be honest, this was something that I even didn't expect. I'll be honest, I mentioned it earlier. And did not expect that. As you see, Adam Jocelyn right now falling back a little bit from where he started. He started up in 4th place. You can catch him also on Sunday nights. He races as well on the super late model. In a broadcast we do, NASRA. Out front, it is still 1st place David Knowles, but Logan Runyon is starting to run that car down as we get our first caution of the night, and it looks like it is a big one with the number 58 of Michael Held. Let's find out what happened. And was that your caution? Oh, there's your caution. 60. JP, wow. Was sitting at the bottom of the track, and Michael nowhere to go. He got loose. Nowhere to go. And unfortunately, going to cost him a really good car. So we get our first caution of the night. David Knowles continues to lead. He's been out front so far for every single lap. Has led 20 laps. Make that 21 once we hit the line. Really good job for him so far. He's actually got a little bit of damage on that left or right front. Get a look at some of the paint schemes tonight. Logan Runyon. Me Donald's paint scheme. Donald Clark. Joshua Hart. Thank you once again, Joshua, for running out. Adam Jocelyn. AJ Rogers. Roy Schiavano. He's running his normal paint scheme tonight. We get ready to go back green. We'll have to skip through some of these kind of fast. We'll jump ahead and jump back up. As the pace car lights did come back on, so we're going to take one more lap around at least this short track. It only takes like 30 seconds to do a lap around here under caution. So that's why I like this track. It's so fast. I love these short tracks like this. It makes the racing better for you guys that watch. Nobody wants to sit there and watch cautions. Nobody wants to hear my voice during the cautions because, let's be honest, it ain't that great. So it's always good to, you know, get the racing going back as quickly as possible. And that's one good thing I love about short track races. I broadcasted a race a couple times, Pocono. That is like the deadliest race when a caution comes out. Try killing 2 minutes under caution. So the pace car about to pop back in. Go into the blimp. Green flag is out. Small checkup on the outside line, but it don't look like it's going to affect anybody. Logan Runyon trying to take that lead on using a high line. He takes it away from David Knowles. We jump back a little bit. Donald Clark working on that 24, gets around him. Watching the 5 of AJ Rogers and Joshua Hart side by side as they work out. And honestly, the 5 really nowhere to go just yet. Can't use the momentum to pass to 95 because the 24 running the high line as well. Adam Jocelyn in the 03. Dante Curtis right behind him. Remember, Dante very fast as he moves up to 8th place. And completes the pass on the 83 of Jocelyn. And Jocelyn actually goes around. And I think that's not going to bring out a caution. He actually had to tow, I believe. Oh, got a little bump from the 76. He got a little loose and went around and just towed, I believe he did. So unfortunately for Adam Jocelyn, not going to end the way he wanted to tonight. As we watch the 95 Joshua Hart and the 5 of AJ Rogers in at our Insurance Options Midwest Power Source Ford and the TRN Chevrolet. Trying to keep that 03. That 03 really starting to work his way up. That's Dante Curtis you see in that yellow and black 03 Wolfpack Performance. Started back in 12th place, up 4 spots so far. Maybe a matter of time we'll see him up there with his teammate, Logan Runyon. Let's hop back through the field just a little bit. Adam Maddox as he runs behind the 44 of James Babb. Guys starting to get a little spaced out here. Adam Maddox driving with one hand. He actually broke or fractured. He may have broke it, but he sent me a picture. His hand was really swollen and stuff. So racing with one hand, very tough. And to be honest, that's maybe why he's running so far back in the field right now. It's not an easy thing to do, I'm sure. So pretty cool of him to try to tough it out. He is one of the admins of the league and owners. I know him and David Knowles as well. All a big part of the Sim Racing Short Trackers. They also run a Tuesday night league. As we see Maddox try to go around Babb for that spot and takes it away. Back up front to second. This is Chris Stupp and David Knowles. Chris trying to take away second spot from the 92. Remember that 92 was out there for a long time and led 23 laps. And right behind them, you got the 18 of Donald Clark, who's trying to close the gap up. Riding on board right now with Donald Clark. Clark going to try to take advantage of this as well. Follow the 98 through. Try to pass on the 92. Shivano working on 7th place. AJ Rogers. Shivano started back in 10th. He's starting to move up a little bit. Right now he's in 8th place. Brian Hacker in the 11. Our insurance options on the front of that car right now behind Dale Albright. And honestly, Brian, I'm surprised not having a great run. Usually he's very fast. And so far, not the way he wanted to start. And he is up to, I'm showing his 13th as we got the 91 around. That is Jerry Stone. Big trouble for the 91. See what happened here. There you go. Just loses it coming out in the center of the turn. Jerry Stone not able to make the chase this season, but he's been fast in the other series that they run on Tuesdays. And we stay green flag. As Joshua Hart underneath AJ Rogers for 8th place. Joshua probably one of the most talented guys that runs these Super Late models, him and Logan and all them, but Joshua, a heck of a driver as well in these things. I know he hasn't been on iRacing a lot lately. He had to move and stuff out of state, so he just got settled in. Back here racing again tonight. Who is that? I see Scott Austin. Is that Philip Martin in there? 46? Yes, it is. Philip Martin starting to catch up. Working on Scott Austin. In the Austin's design. I mentioned giving shout outs to local companies and stuff like that. There you go. GoAustin247.com for Austin Home Improvements. Dante Curtis working on the back of Bruce Bennett in the 24. That 24, as I mentioned, been fast all night so far. We're already a quarter of this race through. So far, only one yellow. Come out earlier on lap 20. Lasted 6 laps. And only one lead change. That was Logan Runyon and David Knowles. How about Royce Shivano? Really starting to work his way up now. Started 10th, up to 3rd. You know, even if, honestly, I don't know if I want to count Logan out of the race. I don't think he is. He comes in here, what, 12 points, 20 points? Oh, he is actually out. I apologize. It looks like he is actually out of the chase from championship from what I was saying. But I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he is. But this could be a big night for Royce. He's got a chance to possibly jump up and take the points lead away. He's 4 points behind A.J. Rogers, and A.J. right now back in 8th. So Shivano trying to win a championship. Right now working on 2nd place. You see how much of that apron he's actually using. We'll hop on board. He really gets on the apron. He'll probably do it here as well. And it's actually helping him, though. It's making up a lot of ground. You see it right there. He completes the pass on Chris Stump using that low line. See how Chris Stump tries to possibly go down there and try to copy what Shivano's doing. Dante Curtis just made a pass on Bruce Bennett. Actually, they're side by side. We'll go back to that. Bennett trying to hold on to the 6th spot. Not going to happen as the 03 moves up. Here comes AJ in the 5 car. Looks like he may have a chance to take it away the 7th spot. Not going to happen. Still high above the blimp. Donald Clark working on the 92 of David Knowles. Clark having a good run tonight. Very fast in practice. Started in 5th. Right now currently running in there. He's been up to 3rd though. That 03 is really starting to make a move, trying to come on. And last time by, one of our fastest guys in here was Dante Curtis. Logan Runyon, however, been out front so far. As we're going to step away, take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back as Logan Runyon continues to lead here at South Boston Speedway. Welcome back. We do got a caution out on the track. Trying to actually see what the caution actually was. I just seen it. Was it Jamie Christensen, I believe? See him really come to a stop. He don't have damage, but I seen him slam on his brakes. Right behind JP in the 60. Oh, there you go. The 44, James Babb. See what happened here. You just get loose. I think it happened coming out of turn 2. Oh, the 14. Bob Loran may have got into him a little bit. And that's what brought out the caution. So, wasn't too bad of a caution, but still. That's what brought out the caution. So the pace lights are still on. Do we got any takers coming down pit road? Ryan Lane's coming down pit road. Possibility. Ryan's a very good driver. He just hasn't had the luck. You see the clear view on the front of his car. But he's a really good driver. Just hasn't had the luck he's wanted this season, unfortunately. And hoping to try to make it up. There's your look at local business as well. So, Logan Runyon, Roy Schiavano, Chris Stump, David Knowles currently. And you got Dante Curtis, who moved inside the top 5. And Runyon going to take the outside line. Interesting. I have to take one more look. There's Logan's car, a little bit better. Mean Street Motorsports and RMS Motorsports. Really cool paint scheme. So he's going to be out front. Gary takes back to the green flag. Hop on board. Pace car pulls in. Green flag is out. He's able to clear Roy Schiavano. We got cars behind him scraping the wall. That was a 92 of David Knowles. As these guys try to get settled in. Try to go back single file. Very good racing all around the track tonight, though. It's been one of the better races these guys have put on, I think, in a while. Although last week wasn't horrible by any means. Donald Clark right now in 6th place, watching right in front of him. The 92 and 03. You look back and you can see the 55 of Scott Austin. Last time by, Schiavano and Runyon dead even on lap times. See what happens as Schiavano's starting to pick up the pace just a little bit. That time by, about even once again. One thing I noticed about both of these guys on what they're doing, especially Schiavano, since I've kind of watched him get around a couple of guys, is he continues running that same constant line. You'll see him duck below that yellow line right there and run that apron. We're not seeing the 6 really do that. We're seeing him actually stay above the yellow. May touch it a little bit to help rotate, but very interesting lines both these guys are running in this race, so it's very impressive. Logan, of course, been out front now for 58 laps out of the 82 we ran. David Knowles being the other 20-something laps. 23 laps. Let's check in on Adam Maddox. If I can find him. up to 15th right now. Remember, he's driving with a fractured hand. He's running behind the 17th Tommy Hayes and Dale Albright right now for 13th. As he does look underneath the 26 of Albright. Jump back a little bit. We got 17 cars on the lead lap, so let's jump back up just a little bit. Donald Clark trying to get underneath the 03. He does have a line. The 46 of Philip Martin also there in 7th place. Will and Dillon Motorsports on the side of that 18 car. Phillips starting to come now, look underneath the 18. 18 starting to move up the track just a little bit. Not sure if he's wanting to do that. Maybe he found something or just testing. I'm not really sure what he's doing. Maybe wanting to try something different. Good battles right here all around the track at the moment. Sorry guys, I didn't realize the cars was that low. I thought it was turned back up. We'll turn them up though. There you go. Should be a little bit better for you guys. iRacing's weird with the sound on this OBS stuff, so it takes me a few minutes to get it set. Watching right in front of these guys, Philip Martin, he got around Donald Clark. He's starting to run down a couple of these guys as well. David Knowles still's got his hands full at the moment with Dante Curtis. Donald Clark off the pace a little bit, got into the wall. He's going to fall all the way back to 9th place. Let's get a replay to see what happened. Oh, the 55, Scott Austin tagged him a little bit. And that's what gave up the spot. Philip Martin underneath the 03. Not going to be able to get there just yet, I don't think. Martin actually looks really fast, though. He's one of the fastest inside the top 10. In that 46. If he could just keep his car clean, he's another one that's very fast. Constantly running well, but he's got to be able to keep the car clean for the entire race. In this race, as we're just now about halfway. Philip Martin, Scott Austin right behind him, starting to work his way up as well. But let's jump back and see if we can find not really much passing side by side just yet. A lot of cars catching each other, very tough to pass at the moment, it seems like. Here we go, the 03, the 92, side by side. See if the 03 can make the pass. Dante Curtis, remember, started a little bit further back than a lot of these guys. The 92 gets into the wall. Curtis started back in 12th. 46 almost get to the back bumper of the 03. Dante having a great run so far in that 03 car as he tries to continue to run down that teammate of Logan Runyon. Really good little battle here between these guys. Philip Martin trying to get underneath the 03 once again. And it seems like he's just having trouble passing on that low line. Maddox is the only one, or I'm sorry, Shivano is the only one that I've been able to see to actually pass completely down there on these longer runs. He may have a chance here though. He does got to run. Going down into turn 1. Out by a nose. See if he can clear him. Actually, Dante may have got some of the wall, and that's going to allow the 46 to clear. Now he's also trying to clear the 92 of David Knowles. He may have found something here in this run just a few moments ago, because he's starting to pass a lot of people from 6 now up to what looks to be 4th. Looks like he's going to be able to clear possibly David, and he does. So move Philip Martin now up quite a few spots. He started way back in the 14th spot, up 10 spots from where he originally started. Now up to 4th. TJ Graves working on AJ Rogers. I'm sure AJ thought he would have a better run. So far, not that great. These guys really want a caution because they have yet to take tires. None of our guys have yet to take tires inside. The top 18 guys have yet to take tires. We only have a few guys that's actually out of the race. I'm trying to see if all of them actually started or not. Yes, we got about 6 guys out of the race right now. Biggest one of them probably could be Adam Jostler or Jerry Stone, or possibly even James Babb. Logan Runyon is checked out. He's now 8 or 9 tenths now ahead of Roy Shivano. Staying with this one as the 03. You also got Scott Austin starting to come into the picture as well. At 03 trying to complete the pass. So tough to pass at the moment. Already 121 laps in to this 200 lap race, and I'm going to be honest guys, I don't know about you all, I was not expecting this. You can see it right there. Why does it say F5 Motorsports? So far, only 2 cautions for 12 laps. I mean, that's very impressive for this type of racetrack and with this many drivers. comes that 55 now on the back of the 03. David Knowles starting to pull out in front of these guys. So Todd Alston started back in 15th, up now to 7th. And you've got Joshua Hart right behind him in the TRN car. Joshua always fast no matter what he drives. Got a little bit of damage on the right front, but it's kind of surprising. He's usually a very talented driver, usually well inside the top 5. And just having a little bit of trouble. It seems like a lot of guys are actually having trouble with this track tonight. Kind of surprising. He's working on the 55 though, looking to the outside. Using a high line momentum. What a race, man. We got only 10 cars on the lead lap. Donald Clark just went a lap down. Unfortunately, he's now getting passed by, who is that, the 22 of TJ Graves? Actually, that may be for position. It is. So this is a battle for the lucky dog spot if a caution was to come out. So Donald has to try to make up a lot of spots as Logan Runyon, I believe he just put 10th place a lap down possibly. Wait and see. No, he has not yet. Logan's the one to beat for sure. Been out front now for 107 laps here at South Boston Speedway, guys. We'll be right back right after this. Back here at, trying to see what the caution was for. Was it Russell Brown? It was. Russell Brown Jr. gets into the wall right in front of the 5 car. Oh my. Alright. That was extremely weird. This is going to be a, where's AJ Rogers? Let me see if I can find AJ and ride on board with him. Watch this. Oh, that wasn't good enough. Go back a little bit further. Who else was with him? Wow. Here's another look at that wreck. Holy cow. Well, that's something we don't see every day. Brian Hacker got a great view of that. Let's see if we can actually find out. These guys are on pit road, by the way. Get another look at a replay. Watch this. Oh my. Wow. So these guys on pit road. Tommy Hayes staying out. He may be the lucky dog. I believe he is. Either way, Chris Stump, Roy Schiavano beats out Logan Runyon. Now we have our third caution of the night. It's not bad for 141 laps in. Adam Maddox took 2 tires. So Chris Stump's going to be out front. Chris coming in here in the point standings in 7th. So he needs a pretty big finish to make up some spots. And he is doing that, at least trying to. He had a 12-point second. Shavano 22-second. Logan Runyon with a 26-second stop. Adam Maddox with a 10.2, so 2 tires on that car. Philip Martin 21-second stop. TJ Graves did not stop from what I'm showing. That could be wrong. He may have actually stayed out. Scott Austin 7th, 22-second stop. Better yet, I can just do this. There you go. We get ready to go back green flag here. Pace lights, I think, are off. They are not, so we're going to go one more time. It's going to be an interesting restart for these guys. Everybody knows they got to go. Cautions usually breed cautions. Or breed caution, so we'll find out. It's going to be very interesting to restart. It's got 1-0 feeling, so we're going to see something happen, I think, early. Pace car. About to pull down pit road. As we will. Go green flag. And Shavano using that high line. Can he pass Logan Runyon? They're trying to keep him behind him. Contact between the 76 and 98. Shavano goes a little wide. Runyon looking to possibly go 3 wide. Contact with the 98. 98 in the wall. Logan gets into the side of Chris Stopp. Shavano takes over the top spot. Here comes Adam Maddox now up to 3rd. Chris Stopp trying to take back that 3rd spot from Adam Maddox. Maddox doing a good job on holding him back. Remember, driving with one hand pretty much for the entire night. These guys are getting a little antsy now. You can see it. You also see that 5 of AJ Rogers try to work his way up. Remember that 5 back in 10th, 1 lap down. So a lot of these guys got caught 1 lap down. There's only 8 cars on the lead lap. So this is very impressive on some of these pit stops that these guys did. Got caught 1 lap down. Dante Curtis, another big name. Got caught 1 lap down by spending 25 seconds on pit road. He's trying to race to stay up front. Or in front of AJ Rogers. AJ Rogers at the moment in a pack of cars. It's Adam Maddox and Philip Martin for 3rd place. If the battle for the lead gets a little bit closer, guys, we will jump up there. Still 5 tenths right now between 1st and 2nd. That is closing a little bit. Philip Martin does take away 3rd place. There's your 2 leaders. 1st and 2nd place. Roy Shavano trying to hold off this 6 car. Not very many laps to go. Especially here at South Boston. Last time by, Shavano a little bit faster. This time by, Shavano a little bit faster as we got a caution on track. That caution is... Very good question on where. Possibly right here, maybe? Not sure where the caution was. Not sure, guys. I do not see a caution flag anywhere. I don't know. Dante Curtis going to get the wave around. Let me see if I can actually do this. I believe it was 17. What I'm seeing. Watching the replay to see if this is the caution. What it said on my live timing, but it could be wrong, and I see a caution right in front. 92. Okay, so whoever it was must have just disconnected. So I apologize. So Roy Schiavone out front, Logan Runyon, Philip Martin, Adam Maddox, Scott Austin, Dante Curtis now up to 6th. We had a couple cars coming down pit road. Tommy Hayes, TJ Graves, Chris Stump came down pit road as well. Got 40 laps to go once these guys hit the line, and it looks like somebody just blew up. Don't know who that is. Unfortunately, it looks like Donald Clark could have blew up. Yes, he did. He's got to coast back to pit road, unfortunately, for the 18 car. Not the night he wanted. He's a very good driver, man. He's just got to have luck go a little bit better his way. So it appears the pace lights are off. And Roy Schiavone going to choose the high line this time as the rest of these guys catch back up. Logan inching a little bit ahead here. And, okay. Logan with the early restart, which is kind of weird. I don't think there'll be a black flag on that, but we'll have to watch and see as he actually gets into the 76 a little bit. Schiavone's pulling back ahead using that high line. Trying to take away that top spot. And Schiavone, using a high line, will complete the pass on the 6 of Logan Runyon for first place. Logan going back underneath, trying to, not going to be able to get there. It'll be so tough to pass using that low line now, unless you put the bumper to him. Here comes that 6. This time, we'll watch the times. It's looks like 46 almost scraped the wall. He does not. Philip Martin sent back in 3rd place. Trying to run these guys down. Look at your top 5 so far. All in all, tonight's race has been fantastic no matter the outcome. This has probably been my favorite race that we've actually done this season with these guys for the most part. There's been a couple great races that we had. We had a couple bump and runs, stuff like that, but I think this one right here may be one of my top favorites. Runyon tries to run down. First place, Roy Schiavano. That gap is really closing. Schiavano, last time by, a little bit faster than Logan Runyon. This could be a huge win for Royce if he's able to hold on. As we get ready to come to 25 laps to go next time by. We'll have 26 to go next time by. Last time, Logan a little bit faster than our leader. Will we see a bump and run again? To be honest, the way this race is going, I would not be surprised. At the line this time, Schiavano a tad bit faster that time. Now looking at the track map, we should not have an issue with lap cars unless there is a yellow. This is what it's going to look like right now. The only lap cars are just now. These guys have really checked out. The second or third place just now entering turn 1. These guys are exiting turn 2. AJ Rogers to Joshua Hart for the Lucky Dog. Joshua trying to take over that. That would be for 9th place, and he will. And AJ definitely needing something to happen. If not, he may lose his points lead, and it looks like he will if Logan or if Royce goes on to win this race. If Royce goes on to win this race. Adam Maddox with a great run so far with one hand. Started back in 22nd place. Up now to 4th. Working on 3rd. Looking around right now. Joshua Hart going around Chris Stump. That is not 4th position. Chris is actually in 5th place. The lead starting to shrink once again for the driver of the 76 car. Last time by, Logan Runyon 1/10 faster than Schiavano. I wonder if Logan could be backing up a little bit, trying to cool his tires off to try to get a run at the 76 as they work off turn 4. We got just a few laps to go. We're on lap now 184 of 200. Guys, don't forget, we will not be live again until Saturday night, but during Saturday I will be broadcasting a little bit of the Daytona 24 that my team is running. Overtake Motorsports will be broadcasting that on YouTube as well. We got a chance, I think, to actually win it this year, so we'll see. Long race. But we'll be doing like little check-ins with it, possibly on Facebook Live. We'll do it on Facebook Live. Little check-ins here and there. Saturday night we'll be with Loose Lug Nuts Racing, and then we'll be back Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon for the Swiss iRacing Federation. And then Sunday evening we will be once again with NASRA. As we watch our leader, Roy Schiavano, jump back to 2nd place. Logan Runyon, who led over half this race, 117 laps led for the driver of the 6 car. Then Roy Schiavano started in 10th place, now up to 1st. Philip Martin running in 3rd. Adam Maddox currently running in 4th. Chris Stump 5th. Dante Curtis 6th. Last time by, Schiavano starting to extend the gap just a little bit. As you see these guys go by. There's a chance we could catch the back of the field before the end of this race. Chris Stump. Dante Curtis for 5th place. Dante trying to take that spot away. in that 03, teammate of Logan Runyon. Oh, maybe a little bump being put on the 98. Oh, the 03 gets a little loose there. Comes up the track as you see that 92 car, David Knowles. He is actually 10th place, 1 lap down. He's actually trying to battle Joshua Hart. Oh, who was that? AJ Rogers. Looks like he got some of the wall. We jump back up to our leader, who's extended the gap now out to 7/10 over Logan Runyon. 5 laps to go at the line. We will jump back. If a caution does come out, it will be the end of the race. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't see a caution coming out. It's been a fantastic race, all said. With as many drivers they had, and they come in here and they only have this many cautions, this is fantastic racing. As you see, Dante trying to complete pass on the 98. Looks like he's going to be able to. And he will take over 5th place. The gap slowly starting to close. Now 6/10 of a second. Don't know if it's going to close anymore. Does not look like it's going to start going back out just a little bit now, out to 7/10. As we come off turn 4, Roy Schiavano is going to see the white flag. He's got to have one more time. 14-second lap. Can he do it? This could be a big win for Royce if he's able to hold in and beat Logan Runyon. Well, he blinked there a little bit. That would have been bad. Off turn 4, Royce Schiavano is going to win with a big wreck in turn 1. 98 involved in that one. Dante Curtis looks like he's involved. The 92 involved. So what a win for the driver of the 76, Royce Schiavano. Huge win tonight for him. Congratulations to him and his entire team. As these guys are going to go, we're going to pull in Schiavano as he celebrates on the front stretch as the 94 Batomatic's going to finish 4th. There you go. Let's pull him in. Roy Schiavano with the win. Most likely with the points lead now. Heading into next week at Southern National. As he decides to smoke the tires as far as he can. I can't do that. That's a good burnout.
I'm here.
Roy Schiavano, you got me?
Hey, Adam.
Man, congratulations on a huge win. Not only does it look like you're going to take the points lead, you beat one of the fastest guys we've been in all season. Talk us through your night.
Oh, man, it had a little bit of everything. We were fast in qualifying, set quick time, but with the invert, man, it was going to be a tough struggle to get all the way up through there. There were a lot of fast guys, man, whether they qualified in the top 10 or not. But first 50 to 75, I was hoping just to settle in and keep the car clean, but the last 50 to 75, we had that track position, 4 fresh tires, and was able to hold off the likes of Logan and the rest of them.
Well, I noticed something when you was doing this race, and I don't know if it's something you found early in the race, but you was going way below the apron to make passes. And a lot of guys, I didn't see anybody else doing that. Is that something you found that just worked for you? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you asked. I almost forgot about that. So the way I set my car up in practice was just like I used to do maybe a couple years ago before dynamic tracks. So I kind of have a habit here of the line I want to run. And that was it, what you saw for the first maybe 50 laps or so.
Right.
But everybody else was trucking that outside, and they were coming right by me, and I was a little bit concerned. But maybe they burned up the outside a little bit too much, and I had some room on the inside. But you know, I did the same kind of thing at Bristol. I was kind of unique and ran my own line relative to everybody else, and it worked out good there too.
You know, AJ came in here with a 4 points lead over you. He finished back in 10th. Now you're going to take the points lead. That's huge, and it looks like you're going to take it by about 6 points now heading into Southern National, maybe a little bit more, maybe 7. I'm not real sure. How do you feel now knowing you got the points lead and you got to head to Southern National?
Yeah, the point lead feels really good. I think it's my first point lead ever in this series, so first time for everything. But no, heading into Southern National, I don't currently own that track yet, so it's going to be a challenge. So I'm glad I capitalized here.
Yeah, for sure, man. I feel like only everybody can have one mediocre to bad, not bad, but one mediocre race. But so far, man, you've been up front every week, and tonight you come in here and get the win. So congratulations, seriously. That was a great race, first off, and a big win by you. So anybody want to give a shout out to?
Oh, for sure, man. The sponsor of the series, Our Insurance Options. AJ Rogers does a great job. Midwest Power Source, they came on board this year as well. And I got to thank the teammates of SRST Racing. David Knowles set my race setup up, and I just blew up. Oh, that's cool. And Adam set up my qualifying set. So without their help, who knows? I would have been so tight I'd be in the fence. So,
weird to blow up while you're sitting there.
I know, right? First time for everything.
Yeah.
But thank you, Adam, for being in the booth. I'm going to be excited to watch this race tomorrow.
Yeah, man, it's a good race. So I hope you enjoy it. And, yeah, congratulations, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bet, man. Talk to you then.
Thanks, man. Next up, we'll pull in Logan Runyon in the 6 car. Hey, Logan, you got me?
10-4.
Man, 117 laps total led. And honestly, it looked like it was just too tough to pass on these longer runs. Is that what you was experiencing as well?
Well, it depends on who you were around. It just the splits between the tire runs was the first run was too long for me, or too short for the last run for me, with how my car was set up. Plus, I had gotten into Chris there with 3 laps into that and bent something in the front end.
First off, I want to say congratulations. I know you was in Daytona testing the ARCA car last week, and so congratulations on that. I'm sure that was pretty big for you to be down there doing that. But tonight, a little bit different. You came here to South Boston, very tough place to pass. Man, next week, Southern National, and Southern National, a very tough track where everybody knows that different type of track. How do you feel about heading to Southern National, and especially to see what you could do there?
Well, setup-wise, I know I have good cars there. I don't remember if that's going to be a, no tire race or one tire race. I don't remember now.
Yeah, it is
one. Play a big part in that.
Yeah.
Do we get a set of tires?
Yeah, you do get one set up for each of the next 2 races. You do get one set.
All right. Well, I mean that changes things a lot, just like here tonight. It depends on where your cautions fall, with how your setup is. If you set it up to go 100 or set it up for 150 or whatever, and especially there, if you're not in the top 6 when you come down pit road, you'll get lapped on pit road trying to take 4 tires.
Wow.
So.
Man, congratulations tonight. I know you wanted to win. Second place, still not bad, especially, not being here last week, coming back and putting it inside the top 5. So congratulations on that. And anybody you want to give shout-outs to?
Yeah, it's all the admin and broadcasters and everybody that put this on.
All right, man. We'll talk to you next week. Once again, congratulations on the Daytona thing, and got to see what you can do next week.
10-4,
Thanks, man. Next up, Philip Martin, who finishes in 3rd place. He's got to be pretty happy. Philip, you got a copy?
I got you, bud.
Man, so last week when when Adam Maddox was in the booth with me, he mentioned your team's starting to really come on strong. He said it was a matter of time before we start seeing your team really start putting together consistent finishes. Tonight, I think, was an example of that. You started in 14th, you finished 3rd. Talk us through your night, man. You really had a battle to get up there.
Here is just all about patience and just kind of getting them when you could and waiting early. You couldn't press the issue, and it's easy to get in trouble there, that's for sure.
What was the biggest challenge? We talked to Logan, and he said the tires was probably the biggest thing that he had to face. He said it was so tough to pass, and the tires where the pit stop came out late didn't really help a lot. What was the biggest issue you was having on your car?
Yeah, I'd say tires. I know after that yellow there, I struggled a little bit. I had a really good long-run car, but early on, it was kind of a struggle, so I would have liked to see it, 80 laps green instead of just 40, but
right.
I liked it. It wasn't too bad. It just be patient with it, and it finally started coming in there towards the end.
Let me ask you about your team now. And I mean this in the most respectful way. You all started out, you was a little sluggish. The last few weeks, you all have really been on it. I mean, every week we see you guys starting to get higher and higher, and eventually you guys are going to wind up winning these. Y'all are just too fast not to. What has been the key to success in finding speed every week?
It's been testing, and then we've had Logan help us out a lot, and that's been a big help. But a lot of it's just been testing. I mean, I think at the end of tonight, between a couple practice sessions here and there, I think I ended up with 600, 700 laps here. So it's just been trying things and getting better and better. And okay, that worked. That didn't. Just putting in the time to make it better.
Well, man, you can see it every week. Like I mentioned, Adam talked about you guys last week, and y'all are starting to really turn it on now towards the late of this season. So congratulations, third place finish. Definitely not a bad finish at all. Is there anybody you want to give shout-outs to?
Patrick Smith for bringing us on with Mean Streak Motorsports and all those guys. It's been a lot of help. Logan for sure. I mean, without him, I don't know how far we'd be. We'd probably still be towards the back, but he's been a big help, that's for sure. And then JP Paints, and that's about it, all I got. And Adam, thanks for putting it all together. It's a great league. It's tough, man. It's tough, that's for sure.
Yeah, especially with the whole open setup thing. I know it's very tough, man. So congratulations. I know that's a big win, or not big win, but a big finish for you guys and your team tonight. Not bad for two teammates to go second and third. So go out there and see what you can do next week at Southern National, and I'm sure you'll be right back up there in the top 5.
Thanks, bud. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, man. Alright, here's your results popping up on the screen. Congratulations to Roy Schiavone, Logan Rainier, and Philip Martin, and Adam Maddox. Adam, especially with the hurt hand, so shout out to him. But, man, my thoughts on this race, guys, this was probably the best race we've had in all these races, to be honest. So, yeah, that's going to do it for us here tonight, though, guys. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I hope y'all had a great time, and we will talk to y'all here Saturday night. And check in Saturday afternoon on Facebook. We're going to be doing some live Daytona streaming. So, thank you all for watching. Have a great night, and God bless.